Welcome back to OVN. It's Thursday, which means it's TWAB day, and this is a big week. We've got launch week here, and I read through the TWAB already. There's nothing earth-shattering here, but we're going to go over it, so a like and a sub would be very much appreciated. Let's get into it. So Cosmos starts off this week at Bungie. We launch Beyond Light. No more waiting. Beyond Light has arrived. There was some turbulence at the start, but our team of experts worked the problem and remained vigilant in making sure Guardians were ushered through the queue and could safely touch down on Europa. Millions of Guardians answered Varric's distress call and began to explore the icy moon. Secrets have been discovered, enemies have been vanquished, your quest for exotic loot has begun. Whether you have already finished the campaign or you are still awaiting eagerly for your chance to hop in for the first time this weekend, there is still a lot of great Destiny content ahead of you. So let's address the queue issues. Wow, there were a bunch of them, and if you saw my previous videos, I said just expect it. So I did get kicked a few times. It wasn't that big a deal, and to be honest with you, I'm not in a huge hurry to finish this content. I want to absorb it and feel it and just enjoy it. So the Season of the Hunt trailer, I'm going to run this at the end of the video. It's actually fantastic. It's going to kick off HAWKMOON exotic quest, which is really cool. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. Season of the Hunt is live now, but it really gets going next week when the season's mission kicks off and Wrathborn hunts begin. Prepare to stop Xivu Arath from attempting to seize power with the help of a familiar ally. Until then, don't forget to grab the new seasonal artifact. Just try not to mess up Zavala's office while you're in there. So that was a pretty cool thing too. The little elevator, really cool. If you haven't got your artifact yet, it's really neat. Fine, it's Cosmic Ice. We are seeing many guardians out in the wild who have claimed stasis as their own and embraced a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural. There are aspects and fragments still left to be discovered that will allow you to further customize your new powers. We wanted to give you some additional information on how these new status effects will hinder your opponents. This is not the info the Vanguard would tell you. Stasis slow against combatants. Slow will shut off combatants' movement abilities and slow their movement. Against players, slow will reduce movement speed, reduce ability regeneration rates, suppress movement abilities, jump, dodge, etc., reduce the following weapon stats: ADS speed, ADS move speed, weapon reload speed, weapon handling, weapon kick direction, reduces weapon accuracy. Stasis freeze. All targets. Freeze can be shattered by damage. Shattering a freeze causes it to do AoE damage to the frozen target and all other nearby targets, including other frozen targets. Freeze lasts for some duration before crumbling off. Unlike shattering, a freeze that crumbles does not do any damage to the frozen enemy or nearby enemies. Against combatants, freeze will lock all non-boss combatants in place for the duration of the effect. Bosses will automatically shatter out after some duration. Against players, freeze will lock players into place when applied for the duration of the effect. While frozen, players will have their class ability replaced with a new breakout ability that allows players to exit their freeze early at the trade-off of health. The damage this breakout does can be reduced by the resilience stat. The more resilience, the less damage you take. So if you're using a controller, which I do on PC, you hold, it says long press B to break out. The damage you take is incredibly significant, especially in PvE. I haven't really jumped into PvP quite yet, but there's been a lot of complaints about it, and from some of the top tier players, they're really upset that stasis is really messing up the sandbox. Against players and roaming supers, locks players in place until broken out. Players will quickly shatter out and take a small amount of damage. Against one-off supers, suppresses super and locks players in place until broken out or expires. All players' freeze rules apply here. Stasis is a new damage type, and we're excited to see how Guardians harness their power. As always, we are monitoring community feedback and checking analytic data to consider for future tuning of the sandbox. And I can pretty much say there's going to be some tuning in PvP. Hopefully they can balance that PvP and PvE separately, because I'm really enjoying it in PvE, and I'd hate to see that a major nerf would affect the PvE side. It's a debate we've had forever with Destiny about them not being able to balance them separately. They say they can now, so hopefully that happens. Here's some 4K downloads here of some stasis animations. Pretty neat. Flight dynamic officers. When it's time to launch new content, our player support team are in the virtual room when it happens, making sure you're informed of the status of the game and keeping track of known issues. This is the report. So a lot of connection and server issues. Guitar errors were running rampant. Beyond Light license and season passes, there's a lot of people who purchased it and they can't access the campaign after the first mission. That's unfortunate. Hopefully that's not happening to you all. Xbox, there's been a lot of issues here with Xbox, and it's probably because of the Game Pass feature. Now Destiny is part of Game Pass. It's kind of wreaked havoc with it a bit. So this is a first for Destiny and Bungie, so hopefully they can get that hammered out very quickly. PlayStation says restore your Destiny license. Hopefully you don't have to delete anything to re-download it, because that's a pain. Nobody likes that. Midweek updates. Earlier this week, we disabled the Rose hand cannon for use due to its RPM still being 150 instead of 140. The issue will be resolved in a future update. We also noticed that legendary drop rates were changed in the EDZ Widow's Walk Lost sector, which we corrected on Wednesday. So a lot of people were exploiting that. They were going in and getting upgrades rather quickly. So in my opinion, they're just hurting themselves. I mean, if that's the way you want to play, that's cool, man, if you want to go in and do it. But taking away the grind when we ask for the grind, but then some people say that's not the grind I wanted. So, hey, it's up to you. If you want to do stuff like that, that's cool. I prefer to just play the game and let things happen naturally. NVIDIA Reflex and Destiny 2 PC. So there were some compatibility issues there. Hopefully that is straightened out very soon. PC migration and Battle.net ending soon. So if you haven't done the migration yet, you're way behind. So go in and get that done. Known issues. Now, there's some important stuff here, so let's pay attention. The Fabled Warrior Triumph does not count weapons that were purchased from the Monuments to Lost Lights exotic archive. The Europa Patrol, the Nth Power, can't be progressed by Warlocks using stasis. Sometimes vendors and enemy models have deformations, which I had that with the Stranger. The icon was there, but she wasn't there at all. Players who dismantle stasis fragment quests must wait a week before picking up a new one. Wow, that would really suck, so don't dismantle that. Just don't. The 1-inch punch finisher won't kill enemies if players have stasis equipped. Kill-based weapon perks may work inconsistently on stasis frozen shatter kills. Xbox players are experiencing crashes while in the tower, especially when opening their vault. Cutscenes suffer from severe stutter and result in an extremely poor viewing experience for some PC players. I had some stuttering. Actually, I apologized for it in one of my videos. I said, please, excuse some of the stuttering here. I just assumed it was a server issue, but no, they know it's a problem, so hopefully they're fixing that. Many multi-part emotes stop playing after their animation. Warlock's Frost Pulse can fail to freeze target if there's a difference in elevation. When using PlayStation Remote Play, controller settings reset to default. On Xbox One, the chat volume slider does not affect incoming voice chat volume. So, nothing crazy game-breaking there, but new expansion, we just kind of got to expect some of this stuff. The game isn't unplayable by any means, so now if you come across anything that wasn't on that list, make sure that you tweet it to Bungie Help and submit a ticket. We've got our movies of the week, and then this is a new feature artist of the week. It's nice to see that the artists are getting some recognition. A cool emblem there. That's really neat. I wish I could draw. I can't. There's some cool stuff there that people have tweeted out. I really like that one at Buranov. Very cool Destiny fan art there. That's really neat. Let's go ahead and read the last part here. As we transition from Season of Arrivals into Season of the Hunt, we held a small event in the last city for you to spend the final few hours jumping around with your friends and watching the Traveler do Traveler things. Big thanks to everyone who showed up for the final hours for Season of Arrival. If you weren't able to see it, we uploaded the short cinematic that ushered in the new era Beyond Light for you here, so you can go to Bungie.net, click on that, and see what you may have missed. I also did a video of it, so if you want to go back into my archive and take a look there, it'd be great. It's a shorter TWAB this week, but we know you are busy with new stuff to do. We will be monitoring the community conversation around loot, stasis, and everything else you have feedback on. It's been pretty inspiring getting to watch this team put this release together from home. That is a huge thing to talk about here. They did all of this remotely. For us to have just the bugs we do, kudos to Bungie for getting this out. This is another first for us, and though we definitely miss getting to see each other at the studio, Bungie loves a chance to take on a new challenge. Plus, it will never not be funny watching kids and pets crash meetings. I know everyone here at Bungie is proud to be on Light and Season of the Hunt. We want to thank you all for playing. We hope you enjoy the rest of launch week and the season to come. There you have it, guys. There is your TWAB, our first TWAB for our new DLC here. A like and a sub would be very much appreciated. Stay tuned for more Destiny information, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
What if we are not the only ones to whom the darkness speaks? The Traveler closes like a fist. It will strike against the darkness.
Osiris has been trying to assess the damage caused by the return of the darkness. He believes that Xivu Arath, the Hive God of War, seeks to take advantage of the power vacuum left in its wake. Close our ranks, Guardian. I need you on the front lines.
Welcome, my most productive Guardian. I propose a partnership. Break Xivu Arath's hold over my shore, and you can claim any prize in my lair as your reward. You'll have earned it. I know how accomplished you are at exacting revenge.
Did you hear that? My soul just shivered.
They call me the Crow.